Every second of your life, you are under attack. Bacteria, viruses, spores, and more living stuff wants to enter your body and use its resources for itself. The immune system is a powerful army of cells that fights like a Jedi on speed and sacrifices itself for your survival. When our body is attacked, our immune system produces antibodies to defend itself. These are complex structures known as globulins or immunoglobulins. But where do allergies get into this story? Allergies are the result of your immune system being a drama queen about a harmless substance. The immunoglobulin associated with allergic reactions are mainly of the type IgE. Substances which stimulate the production of antibodies are called antigens or allergens. They are usually proteins or complex protein carbohydrate structures which are only a small part of the substance that has entered the body and caused the reaction. The immune system needs time to recognize and remember the allergen. As it becomes sensitive to the substance, it begins to produce antibodies. This process is called sensitization, and it can take a few days or several years. In many cases, sensitization is not even completed, so the patient experiences some symptoms but not a full allergy. There are cells in the body which recognize the allergen and send information to other cells which produce the antibody. It is important to say that antibodies are specific of every substance. That means that an antibody created to fight pollen won't work when your body decides fruit is also an allergy. Therefore, your immune system will generate a different type of antibodies which are specifically made to fight fruit and not pollen. No one is born with IgE in their body. When first exposed to an allergen, it takes about 10 days before IgE is developed. By that time, the allergen is gone, so no allergic reaction occurs. A second or later exposure to that same allergen will trigger an allergic response from your body. Nevertheless, it takes repeated exposures to the substance for the patient to develop an allergy. IgE is not a single protein structure or molecule, but a class of molecules, each having a slightly different structure, and each one of them react with a different allergen. The tail of the IgE attaches itself to certain cells in the body known as mast cells. Inside of them, there are granules which contain chemicals known as mediators. When an allergen combines with an IgE molecule on the mast cell, the mediators are released. Only two of them appear to play a role in human allergies: histamine and slow-reacting substance SRAA. Of these two, histamine is the chemical responsible for the side reactions associated with allergies, such as runny nose, teary eyes, mucus, and inflammation. But where does histamine come from? Histamine is derived from the decarboxylation of the amino acid histidine. Once formed, histamine is either stored or rapidly inactivated by its two enzymes, histamine N-methyltransferase and diamine oxidase. Histamine causes the dilation of blood vessels and increases the ability of blood fluids to leak out of capillaries. These fluids are responsible for the swelling of tissues. Histamine also causes contraction and swelling of the smooth muscles and stimulates the production of saliva, tears, and mucus. It can also cause a large drop in blood pressure and produce an anaphylactic shock, leading to death. Nowadays, we do not see allergies as a big problem or as a big disease. But the truth is that more than 17 million Europeans suffer from allergies. This makes it quite important to have some kind of treatment, especially for those who have strong allergies which can lead to an anaphylactic shock. The best way to not have allergies is to avoid the substance which causes it. If you are allergic to pollen, please do not go into a blooming garden, and if you do, go well equipped. Many of those who have very severe and bothersome symptoms try out allergen-specific immunotherapy, which aims to make the immune system get used to the substances triggering the allergy so that it no longer reacts as strongly to them. Other treatments consist of drugs such as antihistamine. Allergies are a very common phenomenon, but only a few really know what goes on behind a sneeze or a runny nose. So next time you see someone suffering from allergies, remember the internal battle they are fighting inside of their bodies.